Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 9:15 on Tuesday night. Feels like a Monday, but that's always the case after a bank holiday. Things didn't go great for us today, not as we might expected. The first horse of Willie Haggis's horses seems to need the run this year. It happened with the one he had favourite for the Lincoln, and that won very well second time out. Something I have to keep in mind. And the one that came over from England yesterday to Ireland as well. Even though he has had he's batting 17%, I think, in the last 20 strike rate in the last 21 days. But it's something I must keep in mind. And Motani, if the one that won had stood in his horse box in Ireland, we'd have won by 5 lengths, and we think we were on the pig's back next time out. The horse I couldn't have looked at all, Jack Davis's horse. Small bit of money for it, I think, as well. 22s and 18s or something. But left off some gear off it and hosed up. It's on the snaff the whole way. The two horses in what do you call them? Ballinrobe. I thought both of them would be up at the pace. You can't come from off the pace in Ballinrobe. It's a front running track. You have to be in the first 2 or 3. Star Harbour was very disappointing for a horse rated 95 on the flat, and I don't know where he finished, about 5th or something. But you have to be closer to the pace. And the other one I thought would be up behind West Breeze, trying to outstay that horse, and that didn't happen. So you'll have days like that, I suppose. I hope they're not too many, though. Tomorrow, we've a buzz horse in the 5 o'clock at Ascot, a horse called Spoof. It won for us the last day at Windsor, wasn't it? Up 4, he's carrying a £4 penalty for this. He won snug enough the last day. That just suggests he's in good old form, and when a sprinter gets into form, you know, they can hold it for a few races. He comes up the middle of the track here.
The last two now. Sarah's Verse is going over to the far side. The rider there explored that version on the way down towards the start. Going to be tough to line up. Lip Sync possibly has the overall lead on the near side, in company with Glamorous Express. Spoof is right up the centre. Sarah's Verse has gone solo towards that far side running rail. Lip Sync under the near side still appears to have the lead. Spoof is in the centre. Over on the far side is Sarah's Verse. Lip Sync with Spoof up the middle of the track at the front two. Sarah's Verse is in 3rd place at the moment, and it's Spoof right up the centre, who's just about going to prevail from Lip Sync, and indeed by 2 lengths at the line, a first ever double for Alex Wojciechowski. Spoof.
I thought I was looking at the wrong horse. That's when he said just about going to prevail, and he was absolutely hosing up. And he's rated, he's run off 84 tomorrow. He's still rated 80 with a £4 penalty until the new rating comes out. But he was rated higher in the past when he was with Charlie Hills, and he actually won 3 in a row of 73, 78 and 84 in 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when he was in form. And then he won off 85 as well. There's a horse as well close enough to us in the market, Isle of Lismore. This was last year when he was, they're off level weights tomorrow, and he was given £4 this day, and Isle of Lismore got the run of the race. I think we were on Colomb that
together.
day.
Once again, all heading over towards that far side running rail. Isle of Lismore, pole position to grab the rail, shaken along to do so, pursued by Colomb and Spoof under a bit of pressure. Now Faustus is coming there with a bit of a run, out wider to live in the moment, shut out his autumn flight, and Lynn's boys down the wide outside. Isle of Lismore has just drifted off the rail, but is still the definite leader from Colomb and Spoof, trying to rally in between the two of them. Live in the moment comes next. Isle of Lismore's driven right out, clinging on to win it for Hayley Turner. Tight second, Colomb.
He was closing there, and there was a small gap. Beyond Equal hasn't ran on the turf in a while. Isle of Lismore is a younger horse, all right. One run this year. but we have a £4 pull on it, and an informed sprinter is worth the bet, and we won on it the last day. It's a bus horse, so we'll stay loyal to it tomorrow. 7-2 is a fair enough price there. The other ones are shorter, but what I noticed lately, they're way shorter, and then it opens up something at 5-2 overnight, opens up at 3-1 the next morning. There's a lot of bollocks going on with the prices overnight now, you see, when they're not guaranteed. So it's nearly as well to wait until after 8 o'clock any morning. I like looking at staying races on the flat. There's a 2 mile race tomorrow, and I was wondering what the angle was in it. And there's a horse there with the best jockey in it, Simon Walker. It's only a 4-year-old. It's with Milton Harris. We done this a couple of times last year with Simon Walker. Remember, was it last July or August? We had a 6-1 winner in Catterick. It was a half-on race as well. This year to be with Willie Haggis, and went over hurdles then, and it had one run at 1.5 miles at 33-1 in Southall in January. That's the only one race it had on the flat for. Now it's coming up along the rail, and there's a jockey on it, Miss Tegan Paget. It's like John Wayne's sister.
Peel racing in second. Luna Magic is now in third. Cassiel is in fourth position. Then on the inside, Rogan's Fancy is in fifth and being ridden. Then Glint of an Eye, followed by Balgowan. The grey Master Grey is now going to try and stay on down the wide outside, having really run into trouble at the end of the back straight. Last but one, Midnight Train is trying to pick up out wide, and still Takwar is the back marker. Down towards the final furlong, Bassinet has the lead, but a host of pursuers now. Luna Magic appears into second. Down the outside, Master Grey is now finishing to good effect. And inside the final half furlong, it is Master Grey and Patrick Millman who go on, racing up towards the line. Master Grey to win, Bassinet in second, Luna Magic in third, and Balgowan was fourth.
Balgowan was fourth. That's the only time it's staying on, and it has ran a couple of times over hurdles as well. It ran over 2 miles, so by Australia, stamina shouldn't be a problem. So second in Sutherland in Ludlow at 2 miles, like in maiden hurdles. So I thought that was an angle tomorrow in that race. And Gowran Park tomorrow night. There's a price on a horse here. I mentioned this horse before, but I didn't tip it the last time because I thought we had enough done. But it came fourth that day, Shona Mea. It's a 10-1 shot tomorrow. And it was drawn 4 the last day, or no, sorry, 2 the last day. It's 17 tomorrow. It's a slight negative, all right. But it has won twice at the track. Now, that race was in Gowran the last year. It was 4th. It was 5th last August when it was £8 higher. It won in Gowran Park the 11th of August 2021 off 60. And it won in Gowran as well off 50. So it runs well at the track. The time it won its 2 races, it was good to Yielden and good to Ferrum. So the drying out ground, it'll be all right. It's still only 6. Jessie is going all right. She's, she's picking up a few winners. That being a 10-1 shot, paying 5 places. I thought that was an each way bet tomorrow. 9-2 the field. There's excuses about a lot of them. Now, she's no rocks there, but we'll see. And then there's a big race. There's a few nice races tomorrow, but there's a lot of them first time out. It's hard to get an angle. And the Sagaro Stakes is on tomorrow. We have Trushan that let us down the last day. It's back to Ascot where it's 3 for 3. But it's hard to know what to expect tomorrow after last day. But that was at 1.6 miles. And this is back up to 2 miles. Cut in the ground. But is there enough cut for it? If it runs, it'll suggest that it's suitable. But Coltrane is a horse that has improved an awful lot last year. It had 2 great days for us. It won in Royal Ascot last year at 14-1 for us. And then it won at 5-2 when we tipped it up at 4-1. That time we had the forecast with Rodrigo Diaz. It was behind Kyprios, but in the races with Trushan there, it beat Trushan by a neck and to second by a head. The time to second by a head was in Ascot. It's a younger horse. It seems to be improving. I think I'm going to back that tomorrow. And hope that first time out that but it mightn't be fully tuned up because it'll be going in the Gold Cup this year. I'd say it's a 10-1 shot for the Gold Cup. Emily Dickinson is 7-2 favourite for that. It's in the Yorkshire Cup on the 19th of May. So that's the next one for it. That's in 2 weeks' time. You see, the danger is that could be just a prep tomorrow for that race. It's hard to know. But it's hard to know what to expect from Trushan either tomorrow. Roginski could keep the form. Anyway, we'll go with the three we have. I might back that as well. That'll be my... it's hard to know what to do with Trushan. I had planned and I told a man today, a bus driver I met, that I might sing a song tonight, but I'm not in the mood for it because I touched base about an hour ago or an hour and a half with a regular contributor in the comments section who hasn't been in touch, hasn't been on lately, so I touched base. I don't know, and I haven't met, and I probably will never meet a lot of the people, I'll either say on the bus, but it seems to me like as I do know you, and when I do miss somebody that if I had a contact with, I touch base on another reason. And the sad news was he told me that cancer has returned to him and that he lost his wife of 36 years last Monday. So the humour changed very fast with me. So the idea of singing went out the window, so we'll do it some other night. So there's a few people there. Lee Sains, he was sick there as well. I just wish him the good health as well. And there was a person there that used to be on, it was one of the first I used to get in contact with every morning. It was Iggy Higgins. He hasn't been on either. And I just hope that anyone that hasn't been on, that they've chose not to comment, but that I wish them well in their health anyway, because we have a lot of people that has had deceased members of their family recently, and it's not an easy time when you see that, like, you know, for everybody, because it's like, as I said, the bus is the bus. But I wish everyone good health anyway, and all their family and everything. It's not pleasant to see the comments like that, but we send our condolences to this man. I don't know, I'm not going to mention who it is, for fear if he wants to do that himself, that he can choose to do so. Right, bash the bookies, over and out.